welcome, podcast listeners. It is episode number 152. Well, technically, it's 152, and you'll understand that kind of with the weekly schedule, and we'll talk about that a little bit in a moment. It is 152 of the Fretzell podcast. You're here with your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap. That's me, guy here. You can't see me. You're also here with Mr. Matt Quine. Say hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey! Oh, brilliant stuff. It is. I mean, we're doing this earlier in the week than we usually do.
We are. I've got a few bits and bobs planned because of current situation here. So I needed to get it out of the way if that was possible.
Yeah. And it's not a case of the current situation here is terrible and I have to organise my life accordingly.
No, it's completely opposite. So the Isle of Man are COVID-free for 32 days at this point. We've not had a new case in 32 days. As of Thursday last week, which would be the week before for everybody listening, we could officially call ourselves COVID-free. In terms of the WHO guidelines, we'd had 2 sets of incubation periods without a new case. So there's still chances like it could come in on like shopping and stuff, or like when eventually we do open the borders, or if however that kind of works. Like we're not 100% sure that we're COVID free, but for the time being, we've not had a case now for 32 days, so we're opening up and getting back to normal, and we have things like open pubs, which I'm sure a lot of people will be jealous to hear.
Right on, fucking right on.
And I even gigged this weekend just gone.
You what?
Yeah, like I suppose I'll get straight into what we've been up to. Saturday night I gigged, and it's weird.
So how did that work? Was it just like a normal gig, or with a
Yep.
like precaution? So just a normal gig?
Where social distancing in public is done. It was done as of Monday last week. There was no social distancing. The pubs were allowed to open on Thursday, so they didn't have much time to prepare. But because the venue that we were playing in is technically outside, it's a pizza restaurant that's got a permanent marquee outside, so it classes as outside. So within the guidelines that were before that, you're allowed to open up for people eating outside and people consuming beverages outside.
Yeah.
So they booked us in a week before, and kind of I think some of the venues managed to get a couple of bands in over the weekend, but not to the scale that kind of we did. So yeah, just totally normal gig, stage up. Obviously there's hand sanitizer everywhere because people are, although we're COVID free, we want to stay that way.
That's not hand sanitizer. wanky.
But yeah, everybody wants to kind of stay that way, so people are taking precautions. But yeah, it was just great fun. It was good to be back playing. I was playing with my kind of, I'll say main band, rather, like I'll separate the main band, second band, so that to make it clear. So yeah, it's with the main band. First time I've played with them since December 17th.
Shit, man, that's
So we did one rust rehearsal on the Monday with no singer because he wasn't available, and I was working the rest of the week, so I wasn't available to do any other night. And yeah, we did one rust rehearsal and managed to get through a set list with minor issues at most. Like there wasn't any like glaring things, like nobody went off and did a bridge instead of a chorus or anything, which is stuff that we normally do when we have been playing together for a long time. So I think people were just kind of focused, were like hyper focused because we haven't played together so long. And yeah, it was a really good night. Obviously, with it being the first weekends that pubs were open and like people could go out and have some fun, it was absolutely rammed in there. The pizza restaurant sold out of pizza before they normally finish serving it.
Nice.
So yeah, we kind of sold them out of their stock. So they were more than happy about it. And yeah, it was just kind of a great atmosphere. People up and dancing. It just really enjoyed it.
I fucking bet, mate. Like
it's so good to be back playing.
I'm a mixture of jealous and just proud. Jealousy is supposed to be like green, isn't it? Green with envy. But what colour is?
Yeah.
What colour's pride?
I don't know. Yellow.
No, yellow's cowardice, isn't it? You're yellow bellied.
Yeah. I don't know. purple.
Go on then. Yeah. So what's that? Green and purple. What do you get? You get like a mushy kind of grey brown colour. There you go. I am brown with Pridelacy for you, man.
Pridelacy.
Yeah, that sounds like it's viral. A case of Pridelacy.
Yeah. So like I say, I've been out. I've practiced. I've gigged. I've got practice with the other band for gigs with the other band coming up. It's really weird. Like I went the longest that I've ever gone without gigging by double at this point. I think we did 4.5 months.
Yeah.
Where I didn't gig, which is the longest I've gone without gigging since I was 19. And it was very weird at the time, and we didn't see any of this coming. Like literally, even when the announcements were made that we were kind of like going to treat ourselves as COVID-free from Thursday. Initially, the government were like, "We're going to keep social distancing in place. We're going to reduce it to 1 meter. We're going to open venues, but have a noise limit so that you don't have to shout to each other."
Yeah.
But basically, what we did was we followed what New Zealand have done, which they eliminated it for a while before they opened the border with the UK. So guess what? We're not doing anytime soon. So New Zealand opened the borders, but they just gone as right. There's nothing about. We've had it gone for a while, so they just kind of opened everything up, and our government looked at that and said, "We're going to keep the borders closed. We know that there might be a time where we look at changing that, but for now, we're going to keep it closed. So do you know what? Let's open everything up. Let's not worry about it. If you don't want to go out, you don't have to by any means. Like, you just treat it as people can treat it how they want. If they're worried, they can socially distance if they want. They can ask people to stay a little bit clear. They can not like push in places and stuff.
Yeah,
that's totally fine. But at the same time, there's no point in living in total fear of something that almost certainly isn't here at the moment.
Yeah. I mean, you've got the data to suggest that it's completely wiped out in your bubble, essentially. So
we're still doing testing. We're averaging, I think, 23 tests a day, and it's still based on like if you have symptoms, because obviously there's not much point in testing random people, because like the chance of them having it and having no symptoms after so many cycles of incubation periods is low. So they're only offering
money up the wall, ain't that?
Yeah, so they're basically, it's on offer to any teachers, any like NHS staff, and anybody with symptoms can still be tested at any time. So we've still got everything in place to kind of to go from there. But we're very optimistic that we're clear for now and life can be back to normal.
That's it. That's the light at the end of the tunnel. Right. What did you use for the gig? What equipment did we get? Did we break out, Matt?
So I didn't gig most of my normal well, I gigged the normal pedal board, but I went for the Marshall Origin 20 amp instead of the Vox. I needed something a little bit smaller. The stage is a bit smaller, and also because I normally hitch a lift with our other guitarist every now and again. Yeah. I offered to bring his stuff in the back of my van, and it was an easier way to fit everything in if I used a 1x12 or 1x10 instead of a 212, just to kind of get everything organised in the back of the van so it wasn't like wobbling around. So I used the Origin 20, which sounded really good. The one issue I did have is the Kossoff is dialed in for the Vox, because obviously the Vox is very particular with drives.
Bright, isn't it? It's really bright.
Yeah, so the Kossoff took a little bit of dialing in to get sounding right with the Marshall.
Yeah.
But other than that, it sounded great. The 10-inch speaker also doesn't particularly like 2 octaves down, so I use an octave. I use an octave for Just Can't Get Enough, and for the solo in the White Stripes 7 Nation Army, and the lowest of the 2 octaves didn't quite sound like it was there, whereas it does normally through the Vox, which is it's a 1 10-inch speaker, so like trying to handle everything, I was pushing it very hard with the Raise the Dead at one point as well, so like it's to be expected. But I think going forward, I think I'll probably stick to using the Vox mainly if I'm playing anything that needs kind of those extra low end bits. But yeah, that worked out well. The board was I haven't rewired that at all yet. I only got that back 2 weeks ago, At some point, I've probably got about 10 days before the next gig, so I might break that open and start creating the 2-board system that I'm thinking of. But I haven't definitely decided that's definitely happening yet, so that's still subject to change. And then I ran the entire gig with the Les Paul.
Nice.
Because it's a sexy ass guitar.
Yeah, no, there's no argument there. Yeah, mentioning boards actually, I've been kind of mulling over in my head of just kind of consolidating all the boards that I've got, because I've got the weird kind of step aerobic board thing here, and on top of that is the TC electronic board, and then downstairs I've got my band gigging board, and then I've got the demo rig board that's in front of me. No wonder I can't move in this room. So I'm thinking of just consolidating it all down and like having like 6 pedals on my old like band board, and just making those some really, really tasty picks.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, like the band board, it's all right. Like I think I've got like a Marshall compressor pedal, which it's fine. It works well. But it's just like no frills. I've got the Dr. Green tuner pedal, which is that works well enough, and I'll happily keep that.
Yeah.
I think you've got one of them, haven't you?
I do. It's on my second board.
Yeah,
In fact, at the moment, I think it's down by my left foot.
Indeed. Mind you, I'll say that I've got a Polytune 2 here, and that would be better.
It would.
But yeah,
the Dr. Green, I would describe as functional.
Yeah.
If not perfect, if there was any other tuners with top-mounted jacks, I might upgrade, but it does the job all right.
Yeah, and the top-mounted jack thing is the thing that I'm not particularly sold on. I think I know it's a really weird thing to mention, but the foot switch on the Dr. Green is a bit clunky. It's not like it makes a pop or anything, but pushing it down is not as smooth as the one on the TC. And because I've got the TC to hand...
Isn't the TC a soft switch anyway?
Yeah, it's a soft switch, so it's
always going to be smoother.
It's nice and gentle, whereas you have to really kick the Dr. Green. There's something quite manly about that. Yeah. But I don't know.
I do like a chunky switch.
Tuning isn't really.
No, it's not. It's not something you stamp on you're not kicking in fuzz, are you? You're kicking in silence.
That's it. So, like, if it's like a big old dirty fuzz pedal, yeah, like the bigger and chunkier the switch, the better. But because it's tuning, yeah, something nice and delicate and silent. So yeah, I've got the Marshall compressor. Then I'll go into the Mojo, which is kind of like the main drive tone, and then the next drive in the sequence has switched about probably 3 times in the past year. Largely, I'm sticking with the Marshall Bluesbreaker clone, like I think it was a Fuzz Dog or a JedsPeds Bluesbreaker clone that I made myself, and it's still working. So I mean, I can't complain at that.
Nope.
But I cheaped out and I used the the silicon diodes rather than the germanium ones. And it basically, I've got it set so that it just adds a bit more to the Mojo. It takes the kind of the essence of the Mojo and takes it further. And then after that, I've got a boost of some description. I think it's like a Moog Green Mile, set with the gain really low and then the volume high enough to boost. Then I've got a couple of modulations and a delay, and that's it. So, like, ostensibly, like 6 or 7 pedals there. But I figure I've got so many like sweet pedals that are around, and like stuff that I play, and then go, oh, like this is the tone. This is the tone, and then like a week later, I'll just put it back onto the pile of pedals rather than putting the effort in and rearranging this board. So I think that's probably going to be like my next project, is setting this board and just getting it to be a really nice board. So I think, as much as it pains me to say, I think the Mojo will have to go. In favour of the in favour of the Chev Tone Messiah.
Yeah, well, that's my next job. I think sometime this week I'm going to pull the COS off the main board and do a shootout between the COS off and the Messiah. Because I'm using the light gain side, because I've got my COS off has two settings. It's like a two-sided EQ, and then it's got a boost inbuilt with it as well. And I'm not particularly using the boost at all, but I'm basically using what would be the low gain side of the Messiah. So
yeah,
kind of want to do a shootout and like decide which one's going on which board.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're both absolutely sound pedals, aren't they? And they sit within that very same kind of function, which is 70s classic rock tone.
Yeah, and I just kind of want to like see how well they both do them against each other. Like, I know I love the COS off in isolation. I know I love the Messiah in isolation. Is there anything that kind of separates the two and would make me want to make that decision? Or maybe I just want to have two separate boards and just it'll be my core rhythm sound for either board.
Yeah. And that's essentially what I'll be using it for. And again, like yourself, in the low gain setting with the gain set quite low. I've realised with a little bit of playing that I've been doing recently that I've, like, tone wise, I've grown up. I've really grown up. I prefer just dialing it back and just letting the guitar do a bit more of that work.
Yeah, the other guitarist in my band was like, your drive sound doesn't sound anywhere near as aggressive as it used to. And I'm like, I don't know why. I just kind of like, I've been turning the drive down more and more and more and more for the last like 5 years.
Yeah. And it's gonna be a case where like the gain on your pedals is almost off. And it's just doing the tiniest little bit of grit onto your signal.
Yeah, I'm not quite there yet, but yeah. The other thing I'm doing a lot more is like stacking. So like at the moment, like my rhythm sound is any combination of a COS off and a hot cake, a COS off and an Antares, a hot cake and an Antares. Like, because I've got so many different like combinations, like. Yeah, my kind of rhythm tones is any combination of those, and then just a tube screamer to kind of push them into lead. And if I want any heavy drive, I forget heavy drive and I just use fuzz. Slam that Razor the Dead on and blow people's heads off.
It really is a little box of smiles, that is, isn't it? The Razor Dead.
Yeah, I used it like more than I normally would at the weekend because. You know, I don't get, because it's mostly like a poppy covers band, like for doing like functions and stuff. There's not many times I get to kind of let rip. So, like the end of Johnny Be Good, we throw an extra few solos in. So I kicked in the fuzz instead.
Oh, hells yeah! I mean, that's what Chuck Berry would have wanted.
Absolutely, yeah. It's all about the fuzz and just letting rip.
That's it, yeah. He didn't say it necessarily with words, but you could see his heart was saying it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, yeah, chuck that maxed out fuzz face onto that signal. Go on, boy.
Yeah.
Before we get onto any more
Chuck Berry tone.
Exactly, yeah. Before we get onto any more what we've been up to, I think it's about a good time. It's a good time to have a sneaky little bit of something that I've actually prepared for the week.
Right, okay.
Are you ready?
I am ready.
Are you ready? So we're doing another little quiz because we've been doing one for the past couple of weeks. It's really, really good fun, especially for most of us who are still within a confined kind of lifestyle. It's just flex your kind of musical nerdery. This quiz is very, very guitar based.
Okay.
Okay.
This is where we find out that I'm a massive fraud and I don't deserve to be on a guitar podcast.
That's it. Yeah, it's like finish the sentence. Ibanez tube. Tube.
Driver.
Legend. Tube. Frying. Tube amp.
Tube amp expander. Tube amp expander. Ibanez tube amp expander. That's the one, isn't
That's
it?
the one. Yeah. So yeah, I'm really hoping this is not the case. Right, are you ready, Matt? Because this is
as I'll ever be.
This is a really good question. This one, right? So
we start with question 1 because I've written 1 down.
We are, yes, yeah. we are working a chronological question order, and like Excellent. I said, there are 8 questions. So play along at home. Right, so Gibson make guitars such as the ES150, the ES175, the ES300, the ES335, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah.
What does the ES stand for?
I have absolutely no idea.
And I'm going to give you I'm going to give you a bonus point here if you can tell me what the numbers stand for.
Okay, I know that. So
beautiful. So you can pick up some points on this one. I'll give you a clue as well. ES does not stand for extra sexy, although I think they should probably switch it to that now.
I'm trying to think, and I know what links all of the ES guitars together in how they're made, but I don't know how to say that with words that start with E and S.
Oh, yeah, like there's no way. There's absolutely no way you guess it.
So that's not what the ES stands for. It doesn't stand for hollow body.
Yeah. a hollow body.
And it's not the factory they're made in either.
No.
So I'm going to have a complete and utter guess that this is the guy who invented the hollow body Gibson.
Yeah, Eric Santana, yeah. A conflation of two 70s 70s rock legends. Eric Santana. Right.
Eric Santana. Right, number 2. I've definitely got that first one half wrong.
Okay, yep. So there is kind of widely known the primary reason that electric guitars were developed. There was like a really kind of obvious reason as to why electric guitars were developed at the time. It's a piece of common knowledge that I've heard a few times, but there was like a lot of sources kind of suggest this is one of the main reasons why electric guitars were developed.
Okay.
It wasn't to do with men needing to get laid more. Like
less?
Yeah.
Needing to get laid less?
Yeah, we need to use this technology somehow to increase the laidness. Laidosity. You all good with that one, you reckon?
Yeah, I've written an answer down. I couldn't tell you whether it's right or not.
Awesome. Right, so the product name of the first Fender guitar.
Its product name when it was released, or its product name now?
That tells me that you know the answer to this one. And if you can tell me why they changed it as well, that'll be a bonus point. Double loss. I'm throwing bonus points around like they're candy this week, aren't I?
Right, okay, got that one. And I'm certain I've got 2 points there.
Boom. Well done. There was a large pause of kind of silence in that. And hopefully I'm expecting that the audience will be able to hear a giant glug that came through my microphone.
Perfect.
Indeed, yeah. Yeah, I'm drinking something which is not necessarily water today. So yeah, it's proper pub quiz. So what did we get up to? Question number 4. Question number 4. Number 4. Numero foros. What?
Numero foros, as opposed to catro.
Yeah,
foros.
Foros, yeah. That's it. That's how the British do foreign languages. What was odd, or what was unusual? Unusual. Yeah, that's a word. What was unusual about the Dan Armstrong / Ampeg guitars of the 60s? There are potentially two answers to this one, but there's one that's really striking.
Ampeg guitars?
Yeah. Dan Armstrong. It was made on behalf of the Ampeg company.
I don't know the answer to this one.
Right, so early Foo Fighters.
So what I've written down is what you're now confirming to me.
Yeah. Early Foo Fighters is a way to think about it. Right, so question number 5. Number 5.
I think anyway. What I've written down does make me think Foo Fighters when I think about it.
Yeah,
I don't know whether it's early Foo Fighters or not, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. It definitely. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen, like 90s short hair Dave Grohl playing one. So, I think you're probably on the right track. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What is the name of the top of the line PRS? So there is an extremely rare kind of like one-offs that happen every like 7 to 10 years or so. There's a line of guitars which are like top tier, and this is like beyond private stock stuff.
Yeah, I don't think I've got it then. I'm not sure on this, but I've got an answer that is definitely a tier of PRS, but I'm not sure if it's above private stock and stuff or not. I can't remember where it sits in the line.
Is it the SE range? It stands for Special Edition. Right, so we've done the PRS one. So number 6. What was considered the first commercially available guitar?
As in, not electric guitar, the first commercially available guitar.
Electric guitar, yeah.
Oh, electric guitar?
Yeah.
I have.
Again, this is almost like guitar common knowledge-ish.
So it's going to be before solid guitar. So it's going to be a hollow body of some sort from I assume around the 20s-ish.
Or
maybe a little bit later.
I think it was mid-30s when it came out. So it had a patent for the electric guitar pickup, which went through in 1937. But by that point, people had copied it.
Yeah. I don't know the answer to this. I know an early guitar, but I can't even think of the model number or the model name.
Yeah, I think you might end up kicking yourself when I do tell you the answer to this one.
Probably will, but I'm going to write something stupid down because I can't remember the model name. So I'm going to go with one that's currently still being made, and it's definitely not that.
See, is it the Jaguar? The Fender Jag.
Is it a BC Rich?
Yep. Points all around. Right, so number 7. What was unusual about the first Gibson SG? What was unusual about the first not just like serial number 001, the first run of Gibson SGs?
Oh, you've just gone a load of noise through my end. I've no idea what that was.
It's not happened on my end.
Okay, that's fine. I can just about hear you through it.
Beautiful. Is it still going?
Just stop now.
Cool.
It sounded like you were in a rainstorm in a forest.
Maybe I am. Just have a look around. No, we're all good. We are all good. So the SG one, I think you'll pretty much have got.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with that. And number 8.
Right. In the 1970s, Valeno, Kramer, and Travis Bean produced or pioneered the use of which material in electric guitars?
In the 70s?
Yeah, so Valeno, Kramer, and Travis Bean. So Travis Bean is pretty much the telltale here. There's a very, very...
I've never heard of him.
Heard of his cousin Jim Bean.
Okay, I've got there are 2 materials that are shouting to me that they're different, and I think they were probably first widely used in the 70s. So I now just have to close my eyes and pick one.
That's it.
So I'm going to go with that material.
Concrete. It's not concrete.
It's definitely the iron body metal guitar, electric guitar.
That's it, yeah. For heavy metal. Whoa! Right, so let's get these answers on.
Right.
Yeah, it's brilliant, isn't it?
This is not going to go well.
Right, so Gibson make the ES, so on. What does the ES stand for?
Is it Esteban Santos?
It is that is bang on. No, it's not. No, it's not. Right.
What does it stand for?
Electric Spanish.
Oh.
So it makes sense. It makes complete sense as to...
Yeah, okay, yeah, I get it.
And what were the numbers for?
The numbers are the original price of the guitar when it first launched. So 175 was 175 quid, 345 was 345 quid.
Exactly, yeah, beautiful.
Or dollars, but yeah.
Yeah, it's exactly that, yeah. And they couldn't just stay at those prices, could they?
I wouldn't mind a 335 for 335 quid.
Yeah, no. To be honest, I'd even round up. I'd pay 400.
Yeah.
So Gibson.
You hear that, Gibson?
Yeah. Both of us. That's 2 sales here. 2 sales that you are missing out on. So yeah, electric Spanish. I didn't know that. I knew the pricing one, but I didn't know that beforehand.
Just like me.
Yeah. So primarily the reason for the development of the electric guitar.
I'm going to say that acoustic guitars were too quiet and didn't cut through in the band situation.
It's exactly that, yeah. Big jazz bands, they guitarists always had an ego and wanted to be at the forefront of most music, but with an acoustic guitar in a big band situation, they simply could not be heard. Yeah. So it was a case of combating the big band and allowing guitarists to swing that proverbial phallus. Yeah. And we haven't stopped since.
Nope.
That's it. So, number 3, first Fender guitar.
It was the Broadcaster.
Excellent, yep. And then turned into the...
it turned into the Nocaster, then the Telecaster.
Yep, beautiful. Okay.
And the reason they had to stop calling it the Broadcaster is because Gretsch had a drum kit called that was trademarked.
Indeed, it was, yeah. Well done. Very guitar-y questions, aren't they? Really, really guitar-y questions. So what was odd about Dan Armstrong / Ampeg guitars in the 60s?
Is it the material that the body was made out of?
And what was that material?
Is it plastic?
Yeah, I'll give you that. It's like a clear perspex kind of thing. I believe that some of the Dan Armstrongs also had a movable pickup. They had one pickup that was on a slider that you could just move rather than switching pickups.
Yeah,
you just move your pickup up and there.
Yeah,
but
less bass, more bass.
Yeah, so Dave Grohl did play a...
Yeah, that's 2005, not 90s, because that's in The Pretender, which is, 2005.
He didn't play that in The Pretender. He was playing
in the video for The Pretender, he's playing the plastic see-through guitar.
No, I was watching that the other day. I watched it with my kid.
He's definitely in The Pretender.
We'll Google this in a bit. Yeah, because Dave Grohl happened to appear on one of my child's TV series, Blue's Clues. No, it weren't. Sorry, it was It was Ryan's Mystery Playhouse, which is incredibly terrible to watch. But Dave Grohl was on it.
Right, I'm going to have to put the video on and get to a position where the guitar's in shot, because all of the photos of that music video are Dave Grohl's face.
Who wants to see Dave Grohl's face?
We want to see the guitar, goddammit. Right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like a black semi-hollow.
Hell, it's not. It's a black reverse Jaguar or whatever. Not
Firebird.
Firebird, yeah.
There you go. So, we were both...
And now it's a black Les Paul. Okay, he changed his guitar mid-song, and it's still not the one I thought it was.
There you go. I think it's not...
You maybe? No.
No. He was playing the Trini Lopez by then.
All My Life?
Yeah, possibly All My Life, yeah. Anyway, whilst you're Googling at which point he was playing one of these... so next one is the name of the top of the line PRS.
Yeah, I have no idea on this one. I've gone for the Exotic Wood series.
That was in the SE line. That was the Exotic Woods, and they. To be fair,
they definitely had Exotic Woods that were like $4,000 because Steve Burrows had one. And I played it.
Oh, nice.
So they definitely had expensive ones. I was right. It is All My Life, by the way.
Nice. There you go. So a little bit earlier than Pretender.
Yeah, like 2002.
Yeah. So the PRS line is the Dragon series, and there was one of these Dragon series in the local professional music technology PMT in Birmingham for probably about a decade. It was like a two-necked. It had like mother of pearl dragon inlays across both necks and like across the body. And it was $33,000.
Mental.
I know, yeah. But apparently it is the top of the line series, and they do that every so often. Right, so what was considered the first available electric guitar, like commercially available electric guitar?
I haven't got the foggiest idea. I guessed that it was an Epiphone, but I don't even think that's right. So I just guessed the Epiphone Dot because it's definitely not that.
No, it's not. It's the Rickenbacker frying pan.
Oh, of course it is.
Yeah,
of course it is.
Which was yes, around in the 30s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Largely played by kind of lap steel guys, I believe. But there you go. So like kind of cheating, but yeah, it was the frying pan. Number 7. What was unusual about the first SG?
It wasn't called an SG. It was called a Les Paul.
It was indeed called a Les Paul.
I mean, if you'd have asked me what SG stands for, I could have got that as well.
Sexy guts.
It's solid guitar.
Yeah, I believe it, yeah. Which is, I mean, they have got a really inventive and exotic way of naming these things. That was like a Spanish guitar, but it's electric.
It's
electric Spanish. Yeah, that one's not. That one's solid. Let's call that a solid. Yeah, as far as I'm aware, Gibson have never been centralised in Yorkshire. But
well, that's where you're wrong.
That's it. I'm Orville Gibson from Yorkshire. Possibly. Who knows? Right, so final question. In the 70s, Veleno, Kramer, and Travis Dean pioneered the use of which material in guitars?
This was a 50-50 blind guess. I've gone with Moss Right.
No. So
is it Carino?
No, it's aluminium.
Oh, right, okay, I'm fine then.
Yeah, the Travis Bean ones. Like you'll see them every so often. The Travis Bean headstock has got like a T.
Yeah.
In the headstock, and the necks are aluminium. I believe Veleno made the entire thing out of aluminium, and yeah, they realised that was stupid.
Yeah, I know somebody who's got a bass with one of those aluminium necks on it, and it's weird.
Yeah. That's why the 70s can keep them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So there we go. So that's the quiz. Matt, you did reasonably well in that.
1, 2, 3, 4. I reckon I got 5 points.
There you go. Out of
about 10.
Yeah, out of a possible 10. Yeah. That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Not as bad. I was worried that I was going to get like 1 point. Just completely out myself as someone who knows nothing.
No. So you've showed that quiz who was boss.
Yeah.
I reckon we should probably still wrap up our what we've been up to's for this week.
Yep.
I've done some stuff, haven't I? So what have I done? Last No Talk All Tone was the JSA Pure Sky modded K-Line. Sorry, the K-Line Pure Sky modded by JSA. Well, that's a delightful pedal, isn't it? Although I do have an amendment that I need to put out on the podcast here, which is that in the little text bits on the side that crop up and give you like little fun facts and opinions. I think I mentioned that it's got clip-in diode selection, which it doesn't. The original Timmy does, and the Dan Electro version of the Timmy does, but the Pure Sky doesn't. So, yeah, sorry about that. But either way, it's a very nice sounding pedal. Really good.
Yep.
I've had it plugged into my demo rig ever since, and I've been just using that, with my HX Stomp, and I've been practicing loads. So, I mean, that's a testament to that.
It is, absolutely is.
Yeah, I mean, it's very close to being worthy of being put on the mega board, as my second drive. I think I'm probably gonna put the Antares on, but I need to build the Antares because I've got.
Did he send you a kit rather than one fully made for him?
That's it. He said, "Here you go."
A B stock one of them went up yesterday, so I imagine that's already gone.
Oh yeah, standard. Yeah, put it up for like 145
quid. Yeah,
that's gone. Because it might be worth me just going. Yeah, I'll get one of them instead.
Yeah.
So I've got literally the parts up there. It just needs putting in a box and wiring a switch to it. But had it a while. It's not happened. So, but the Antares. I keep saying how wonderful that pedal is. And I think if I put that at the back end of the Messiah, having that push, just give it a little bit more juice. It's I think that's the one.
Yeah, quite possibly perfection. Because like I say, I really love running the Antares into the Kossoff. So
could do it that way around. It could do.
Yeah, I mean it runs well in front or behind with that clean blend.
Yeah,
the Antares is perfect anywhere you put it.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm thinking. Run the clean blend kind of at about 30-40% ish. Maybe kind of mid tier gain. And just get the flavours of the Messiah through, but then with that kind of that grittiness on top. Oh
yeah, I was running it this weekend. I was running it 75% of the driven signal, but very low drive. So I'd say maybe 10 o'clock on the drive control, but with quite a lot, very little clean, but a fair bit. The tone fairly dark, and then just using that to push the front end of the Kossoff ever so slightly. Not really giving it any more volume boost because I get that from a Tube Screamer later down the line. It was just to kind of grit up the Kossoff a little bit more.
Yeah, I think there's something to be said about pushing your kind of your bass tone, the front end of that with just a bit of a bit of volume.
Yeah, and a bit of grit.
Yeah. So it's quite a nice feeling that.
Yeah, but like the Antares will sit in your train wherever you want and do what you want it to do, and it'll do it well. It's a really versatile pedal.
Yeah, I mean, I was tempted to use it as the boost section because I'm using a Moog Green Mile at the moment, and that will do that, but better, clearer, and just lower noise floor, and like just everything, just one better. In some cases, 2 or 3 better.
Many better.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with a Green Mile. It does like your kind of tube screamer sound really well. But no, I think the Antares requires. It just deserves a bit more of a place in the board rather than just a simple boost. It commands that that kind of the drive center. I think. Yeah. So yeah, I think that's probably where that will live. I'm a bit of a quandary this week though, because I don't know what to do for no talk all tone. I've done quite a few like transparency boosty gain things, so I don't really want to do like a third week on the trot with the. I posted up the this one, the Cool Cat transparent overdrive, and I don't really want to do that one this week just because I've been doing the same thing for the past couple of times, and it's something I want to do something different for me. So what kind of where my sights are aimed at the moment, I kind of want to do the JSA tight squeeze. However,
how do you do that as a no talk all tone though?
That's the issue. That is the issue, because like compression is really, really hard to hear. Like it's hard to convey in a video until it's too late. By the time you start hearing the compression, it's already doing too much.
Yeah.
And it's more about that kind of just feathering it on a little bit and the way that it feels, and you can't really get that across in a video. So as much as I really want to do it, I'm scared and I don't know how.
Yeah.
So I've got like another couple of like pretty brutal drives that I might want to do. I've got
do something flavoured like this.
Nice.
My lockdown fuzz. That's what you should do.
I would love to do a lockdown fuzz. However, alas,
I said flavoured like. It doesn't have to be exactly a lockdown. Just something flavoured, aggressive, and rocky and raucous.
That's it. Yeah. So I think the two that are kind of popping up at me at the moment are the Joyo Uzi, which is, I believe it's based on the BEOD.
Okay.
So quite aggressive, modded Marshall plus kind of stuff.
The BE is quite a heavy drive as well, isn't it? So that's a really raucous, rocky, pushed Marshall.
Yeah, well, that's it. It's not just it goes from kind of just gritty Marshall upwards. It starts at pushed Marshall and then goes
into oblivion.
That's it. Yeah. So that's another one that I've been a bit scared of because I am not entirely sure how I'm going to do that one. But then there's another one which is the Marshall Jackhammer, which is essentially a pushed Marshall JCM 900. I think it's based on. There are 2 modes on it. There's overdrive and distortion mode, and it just kind of changes the mid characteristics. So you go from like a kind of softer, rounder mid range, kind of classic rock on a mid range, to like a really tight, compressed mid range in the distortion. But again, there's no subtlety in it at all. It is just literally or everything up, everything set to rock.
Yeah.
So possibly going to be one of those 2 this week, but I'm scared. So, yeah.
Show them for the riff monsters that they are. They sound like riff machines. So just get your classic rock on, or get your heavy rock on.
So I might even whip out the Line V.
Do it.
Get real stupid.
Is that the guitar that's got the super blends in it?
It's got the super blends, yeah.
Yeah, do it. Absolutely do it.
But that then, from my normal kind of sound, my normal clean tone, which is, oh yeah, this is nice and jangly and clean, and this is your classic blues strat. it'll like straight away, the clean tone won't be clean anymore anyway.
And then,
it will exactly be that, man. So,
screaming at you.
I mean, that's what I'm possibly thinking about this week. I might change my mind. I might bottle it and go for something else. By the point that this podcast is released, you'll know whether I bottled it or not. Let me know in the Fret Talk podcast group if that's something you want to hear. You want to hear me kind of butcher some riffs on those things, because again, like it's not my comfort zone, and I kind of like sitting in my comfort zone a bit, which is why I've done kind of blues dad pedals the past couple of weeks. Speaking of things that happened this week, or happen prior to this cast being out, we've been doing a little competition. And we have, in conjunction with Mr. Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, which is the Gilmore, not Gilmore set naming competition. So by the time that this is released, that will have been announced. If you entered that competition, I think, so now the best place to go would be like Pedalboards of Doom Facebook page and look for the live stream, because that's where you will hear who the winner is. We'll be announcing that live yesterday. But
yeah,
because like in the current time situation, it hasn't been announced yet for us. I want to go through some of the competition entrants and like pick out some of my winners, some who I think are pretty cool. Disclaimer here: I don't get a say on the final person who wins. So
yeah,
whoever I mentioned,
up to Mr. Fletcher. So
it is.
Yeah, because you've been mentioned here doesn't mean you've guaranteed a win.
Yeah, yeah. As it is Mr. Fletcher's company, essentially, he needs to be happy with the name of the pickup that he gets to choose. So, as much as I'd like to think I'm influencing the decision here, it ain't happening. Right, so I picked up a few. So, I really liked the Fletcher Essentials. I thought, although it doesn't hint towards the Gilmore tie-in so much, I think it makes them sound really classy. A bit like the pickup equivalent of a fine tuxedo. These are the Essential collection. I like that one. I like the Prism set. Prism, not prison.
Yeah. Yeah, Prism, as in the thing that the light goes through on the Dark Side of the Moon album cover.
Yeah,
that kind of not the place you go when you're a naughty boy.
That's it. Yeah. Oh, chase me. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Dark Side. Although I think Dark Side has been taken, so I mean that would be really cool if you were allowed those. But like Dark Side. Yeah,
probably pushing the boundaries
again. Yeah, and the Crazy Diamonds. I think Mr. Moog Gravit has been on this podcast before. He suggested the Crazy Diamonds.
I do like that,
which is pretty cool.
I like that.
But for me, I think the Prisms. I think the Prisms work.
I do like Prisms as well. Yeah,
yeah.
I think those two are certainly. I think. The two for me, the Prisms or the Crazy Diamonds, but we'll have to wait and see what Fletch chose yesterday.
That's it, yeah. Go on to the thing and no, actually don't, because it's over. But for now, for us, Go to the post and answer the give a name for it. I'll tell you what we'll do. Before this releases, we'll put up another kind of call to arms for it. Ooh. Yeah, we'll put up another call to it just as a last kind of push, and then on Sunday we'll announce that winner. Yeah. So, what else have I been up to this week? Let's have a look. Do. Oh, yeah. We did an interview. We did an interview last Wednesday. In fact, it was quite a few Wednesdays ago now. In fact, it wasn't a Wednesday; it was a Thursday. But it will have released as a podcast last Wednesday. With the guys who made Pedal Crush book. And it's essentially it's like what you would want Wikipedia to be if it were very guitar centric. There's so much information on it, and it's all fantastic and detailed stuff. And the guys Kim and Scott were absolutely great to be on a podcast with. They were really knowledgeable, and it sounded like they had an absolute blast with that book. So I urge you to check that out. And if you did want to go grab that book as well, it's books.com is the place to find out where you can get them from, because there's a. Do you want
to spell that?
Books, yeah, it's BJOOKS.com, which is the most kind of Icelandic sounding thing. We have books.
Would you like a puke?
That's it. Brilliant. I mean, this reminds me of the chap from the film Frozen. Oh, big summer blowout. my favourite character in that movie. I love it. But yeah, there's absolutely amazing chat with those guys, and we go into loads of detail about the book itself and kind of what inspired a lot of the stuff behind it. I've listened through it at the moment for quality checks, and it kept me entertained. So, yeah, thumbs up. You can't see my thumbs. We're running really close to time, I think. Can't see.
Yeah, we're just about a few minutes from time, I think.
We'll luxuriate a little bit more in my week then. What have I done? I've practiced shitloads. I have practiced so much guitar, largely because of the lockdown and my sleeping patterns kind of falling out of whack a little bit. Bedtime has been a little bit later than usual.
You were saying this. I can't remember if it was on podcast or not now, thinking about it, but yeah, you've been pushing it back a little bit.
I have, yeah. And I've been doing a bit of guitar practice. I've practiced a few like riffs and licks that I've wanted to get through to. I've been playing some Thin Lizzy, which is amazing because it's been so long. Like, it's just so nostalgic playing Thin Lizzy. Because I used to do it all the time when I was like starting to play guitar. And there's just so many like monster riffs, and it's just it just feels like being young until I've been playing for over 20 minutes and my back starts hurting. But it feels like being young. And I came across a little something. So I was running through the HX stump because obviously I don't want to wake people up when I'm playing guitar at midnight. And on the patch that I've got at the moment, I've got like all of the things that I've assigned like blocks to. So I've got like an amp, a boost pedal, and an EQ, and a reverb. Sorry, but they're all right at the start of the chain. So you can't put anything before it without moving everything to the right one. And I wanted to play some Thin Lizzy, and Thin Lizzy has often got MXR phase 90s running into the front of an amp.
Yeah.
I was a bit too lazy to go get the because I don't run a phase 90, I run a Joyo vintage phase, which is essentially the same thing. So I was too lazy to get that and then get that plugged in and all this jazz. So I just put a phase at the end of everything. So after the reverb, after like the cab sims, after this boost pedal, it was like, for want of a better word, it was the wrong place to put it.
Yeah.
And apart from it being just a little bit noisier because it was phasing everything.
Yeah.
It sounded fine. And we all get so prissy about like, oh no, this is not the place where you put that pedal. No, this is supposed to be the effect order, and we've all got our own like little idiosyncrasies about which is the right one, which is the wrong one. But for most people, putting the phase after your speaker,
yeah, it's not normal.
No, it would be considered like bad etiquette at very least. It sounded fine. It sounded. I was jamming along enough. Like I was inspired enough that I could just jam along with the tracks. The thing that
That's all you need at the end of the day, isn't it?
Yeah, no, that's it. The thing that was tripping me over more was that all their guitars are tuned to E flat, and I was playing in E standard. So I was having to watch out for strings that were not quite sympathetic to the notes that were being played.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I was playing some classic Lizzy. I was playing. I started off with Jailbreak because it's a nice, easy one. Just kind of like you just get the head nods, like the 4/4, and you kind of nod along with it. Then I upped it a bit and went to some of the Black Rose album stuff. I did Waiting for an Alibi, and then and like it was legit. Like I was playing that, and I was playing it better than I did way back in the day, and I was like, wow, this is pretty good. The solo still. Oh, Gary Moore was good.
Get the fuck.
Yeah.
Talented wanker.
Yeah, I mean, it was all right until I got to because I tried playing the harmony parts to the solo, didn't I? Like a dickhead. And
what are you doing? Why?
Yeah. I want to be Gary Moore, that's why. Turns out he was pretty good. But yeah, like I was getting a lot of the hammer on pull off technique much cleaner than I used to, so I was happy with that. Then I played a track called Do Whatever You Want To from the same album. I think it's called Do Whatever You Want To. And it had like this mad run in it, and I got that pretty much as well. I think the phaser helped. The phaser, yeah,
it covered up a couple of the mistakes.
That's it, yeah. But there's like it's a really, really easy kind of harmony lead part. It does like a little descendy thing. It's doom 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 doom. So that bit was really easy. But the first time it does it, there's this massive run that goes yeah, and I pulled that out of my arse, didn't I? Managed to do that without too many mistakes. But yeah, it's been really inspiring, and I've been playing through a few more of my guitars as well. I played the Flying V last night, and that was sounding rather tasty. Playing the two strats that are quite close to me, like the Variax and the modified Squire, and then the Fireman as well got another outing. And whoever does win those pickups, whoever won those yesterday, you're in for a treat.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think largely I'm finding myself inspired a bit more. I do want to do perhaps want to do something across the podcast where we perhaps amalgamate some guitar parts. But I don't quite know how I'm going to work that one out yet. Maybe like a little solo backing track competition thing.
Like get a backing track out there and
yeah, maybe.
Speaking of backing tracks, just whilst we're still in the middle of a podcast, where's the? Well, I either want a backing track that I can record like riffs over and then use myself, or a drum track and then I can borrow a bass off someone and write a backing track, and then like, how's the best way to go about doing that? Because like I've never done any recording of any sorts, and I kind of want to just do something, see if I can actually do it.
Ah, right. If you want to get like specific drum parts, there are a lot of places online that you can get like specific drum parts to songs. If you wanted to do that, if you wanted to create your own stuff, something like plugins like Easy Drummer are brilliant for that because you can drag.
Are they just VSTs that you can then run in Reaper?
Yeah. Easy Drummer is about 60 odd quid. But there's some that you can get for free as well, like something like MT Power Drummer or something like that, which is a similar kind of thing. Drag and drop kind of MIDI files into it, and it sounds kind of like drums. Easy Drummer obviously sounds much, much better. Yeah. Because it's like curated by Tune Track, I think they're called, the company. And the drum samples and sounds are like sampled from their own like specific recordings. They trigger records, and even like the same, like if you had the same snare hit a couple of times in a row, it wouldn't play the same snare sound.
Right, they like a little bit more natural and like ever so slightly different, just to.
Yeah. So it varies stuff up a bit, whereas the free stuff is obviously you get one snare hit per note.
Yeah.
But something like that. There's a website called Ugritone, UGRI Tone, and they are selling various drum kits and MIDI packs for $5 at the moment. I've bought a few drum kits from them. I haven't bought any MIDI packs because I've obviously got the ones from Easy Drummer. They are more geared towards metal and kind of like hardcore drum sounds. I figured like $5 worth of a shot.
Yeah.
If I ever wanted to do anything that sounded a bit more extreme, a bit more brutal.
That's kind of basically what I'm going. So basically, the wrestling podcast, we've now got like a fake wrestling show built in a video game. But with all this Twitch DMCA shit going on, we can't run any music on the intros. So with basically when the stream's going live in 10 minutes, we kind of set it off so that people can come in and just chat and get ready for it. And we're having to use free music over the top of that anyway, like royalty-free music. So I thought, well, why not? Why don't I just record some? Yeah,
make your own
something that we can kind of use and have the same thing every week, rather than random generic YouTube backing track number 76 this week. And
yeah. I mean, yeah, stuff like that would be perfect for it. And you can, if I'm not using the drag and drop stuff from Easy Drummer, if I'm not using that kind of stuff, I use a copy of Guitar Pro, programming the drums on that, and export the drums that I've written as MIDI. And then when you play that through Reaper, you play the MIDI through Easy Drummer, like the Easy Drummer sounds, it sounds much better. So if
this just sounds really complicated now. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so I mean, like I've programmed drums for like stuff that my band have written, and obviously trying to drag and drop from like a set bank of stuff from Easy Drummer, you don't quite get like, because we have like a lot of funky style like accents and drops and all of this stuff. Trying to do that, you'd end up having to edit everything within Reaper, within the MIDI editor, which, spoilers, is not great. It's functional, but it's not very user friendly. So unless you're like only having to add like one note here or there, or like adding a velocity change like on it, you don't really want to do. So I tend to edit everything in Guitar Pro because it's set up like a manuscript, and you can just input it in as like music. But yeah, for yourself, I reckon something like MT Power Drummer or Ugritone, with a couple of the MIDI packs, it'll probably set you back about like 20 quid to throw in some MIDI packs.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then your sound, you're pretty much sorted. I'm sure I could export some MIDI files of my own to send to you as well.
That would be amazing.
So there you go. That's a little bit of.
Like I know it's in the middle of the podcast, but like I certainly have no idea. So maybe somebody else has no idea what they're doing either. But I just wanted to, like, I want to record like fairly heavy riffy stuff because it's wrestling.
Yeah.
And just like something a little bit, but like I've never ever gone about doing anything other than recording a guitar signal and exporting it and sending it to you.
yeah, this will be very much that. Or exporting your vocals with a guitar cab simulator on it.
That's never happened. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. That's a little.
There was nearly a very weird podcast one week where my voice was going through 2 guitar cabs with some reverb on it.
That's it. You sounded very much underwater, and I was like, this does not sound like normal Matt. Like even at the worst recorded times, it's never sounded this.
Yeah, even back in the day when I was using the Bluetooth headset and my phone, and you were just recording the stream audio. Back in the good old days.
Oh man. Yeah, it is difficult to listen back to some of those. Like listening to the audio quality, it's a chore. But the podcast largely has endured. It has been a pretty standard thing, and it's just grown from strength to strength. And I think that is probably a good place to end it. Yeah, that's a segue. So, Patreon guys, you are amazing. For as little as $2 a month, you can be amazing too. Our current Patreon roster are Bimson, Mr. Bimson, Adam Yeomans of Cheftone Effects, Doug Christ of 37 Effects, something like that. Or 730. I will remember. I'll Google it. Joe Richardson of Everything Joseph, and he's just started a new band, and I can't remember what they're called. But if you go on Everything Joseph at Instagram, you will find links to that. We've got Rection, UG, and Mr. Ben Fletcher of Fletcher Pickups, who is doing a wonderful competition with us. But you are too late. It's gone. Congratulations to winner. Well done.
Yep, absolutely. Congratulations.
Yep, whoever you are. If you want to catch us online, it's Fret Talk Podcast. We've got a group on Facebook. Like you can catch this. I mean, you're listening to a podcast, so I don't need to tell you where to find that. But you can catch me online. It is BudgetPedalChap at Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Matt, you are heel_MattQ at Twitch, Twitter, Twinstagram.
Correct.
And you are a bad booker.
I am.
Indeed.
And like I say, at the moment we're not doing podcasts, we're doing our own wrestling show hosted in a video game.
And that sounds...
The less we talk about wrestling at the moment, with what's going on, the better. Wrestling is not a good place to be at the moment. I'll just leave it at that.
Indeed. And what a lovely place to send us off for the week.
Yeah, my bad.
No, it's all good. So from your host, Mr. BudgetPedalChap, that's me. From Mr. Matt Quine, say bye, Matt.
Bye, Matt.
Hey, it will be a tatty bye and good night for this week. There are a bit. That was synchronised, that was. If only we could have done it in harmony. Bye.
I don't have monitor on. There's no way I'm going to get the harmony.
Beautiful. Right, let's shit joke it up. Here we go. What goes down but not up?
I don't know.
A yo.
Excellent.
It is brilliant, isn't it?